Good morning to everyone, especially to our instructor, Dr. Dennis Bilukura, and today I will going to show you my valedictorian speech. To our respected school administrators, our beloved teachers, honorable guests, proud parents, and families, my dear classmates, and most especially to the graduating class of Class 2026. Good day! Standing here today as your valedictorian is something I never imagined would happen. Looking at all of you, I feel so many emotions at once: happiness, gratitude, pride, and even a little sadness. Because today is not only simple a celebration of an achievement. Today is the celebration of a journey filled with dreams, challenges, laughter, tears, failures, lessons, friendships, and countless memories that we will carry with us long after we leave this place or this school. When we first started this journey, perhaps many of us were unsure of ourselves. We had dreams, but we were not always certain where those dreams would take us. There were days when we felt confident, and there were also days when we questioned whether we were good enough. There were nights when we stayed awake studying. There were mornings when we came to school feeling tired and exhausted. There were assignments that seemed impossible, examinations that made us nervous, projects that tested our patience, and deadlines that seemed to arrive too quickly. There were moments when we wanted to say, I cannot do this anymore. But somehow, we did. We continued. And today, we are here. We made it. To my fellow graduates, I want you to look around for a moment. Look at the people sitting beside you. These are the people who shared this chapter of your life. We laughed together, we learned together, we struggled together. Sometimes we disagreed, sometimes we misunderstood one another. But through everything, we became part of each other's stories. Some friendships may last forever, others may become beautiful memories of a certain chapter in our lives. But regardless of where life takes us, I hope we never forget the people who walked beside us when we were still becoming the people we are today. To my classmates, thank you. Thank you for the laughter that made difficult days easier. Thank you for the encouragement when someone felt discouraged. Thank you for the memories that made school more than just a classroom, books, and examinations. We may not realize it now, but someday we will look back and miss even the simple moments, the conversations before class, the jokes during breaks, the group activities, the rushing of assignments, and even those moments when we complain about how much work our teachers gave us. Someday, we may wish we could return to these days, not because they were perfect, but because they were ours. To our teachers, this achievement would not be possible without you. You are not only teachers who stood in front of us and taught lessons from textbooks. You became mentors, advisors, listeners, and sometimes even our second parents. You corrected us when we were wrong. You challenged us when we were capable of doing more. You encouraged us when we doubted ourselves, and sometimes when we thought we could not longer continue. You reminded us that we were capable. Your lessons went beyond academic subjects. You taught us discipline. You taught us responsibility. You taught us respect. You taught us perseverance. And most importantly, you taught us that education is not only about getting high grades. It is about becoming better human beings. To all our teachers, thank you for your patience. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for every lesson, every reminder, every correction, and every word of encouragement. We may forget some of the topics we learned in school, but we will never forget the teachers who made us believe that we could achieve something greater. To our parents and families, our proud parents and families, this moment belongs to you. If we are standing here today, it is because someone believed in us even when we struggled to believe in ourselves. Someone woke up early to prepare our needs. Someone worried when we were sick. Someone sacrificed their own comfort so that we could continue our education. Someone reminded us to study hard. Someone patiently listened to our problems. Someone prayed for us. And sometimes, someone simply said, "Kaya mo yan." Those simple words may have seemed small, but they gave us strength. To our parents, guardians, grandparents, siblings, and families, thank you. Thank you for every sacrifice that we saw and even for the sacrifices we never knew about. Every success we celebrate today carries a part of your love. So, to our families, please know that this achievement is also yours. We did not reach this stage alone. Behind every graduate is a family who supported, encouraged, sacrificed, and believed. And today, we honor you. I also want to speak about failure, because being a valedictorian does not mean that I have never failed. It does not mean that I always knew what I was doing. It does not mean that every examination was easy. It does not mean that every examination I have a perfect score. Every assignment was perfect, or every decision I made was right. Like everyone else, I experienced moments of doubt. I doubt myself. There were moments when I compared myself to others. There were moments when I wondered if I was doing enough. And perhaps many of you experienced the same thing. But I learned something important. Failure does not make us failure. Sometimes, failure is simply part of learning. Sometimes losing teaches us how to stand alone. Sometimes disappointment teaches us patience. Sometimes the path we did not expect lead us exactly where we need to be. So, if you experience failure during this journey, do not be ashamed of it. Carry the lesson, not the embarrassment. Let your struggles become part of your strength. To my fellow graduates, please remember that your worth is not measured by a rank, a medal, a grade, or a title. Today, I may be standing here as a valedictorian, but every person in this graduating class has a story worth celebrating. Some of you worked quietly. Some of you fought battles that nobody knew about. Some of you continued coming to school despite personal challenges. Some of you struggled academically but never gave up. Some of you helped your families while trying to finish your studies. Some of you simply kept going even when life became difficult. And that is an achievement too. So today, I do not want us to celebrate only those who received awards, medals. Let us celebrate everyone who made it to this day. Because graduation is not a competition about who arrived first. It is a celebration that we arrive. As we leave this school, we are also entering a new chapter. For some of us, the next step may be college. For others, it may be work, training, business, or another path. Some of us may already know exactly what we want. Others may still be figuring things out, and that is okay. We do not need to have our entire lives figured out today. Life is not a race. We will have different timelines, different dreams, different struggles, different definitions of success. Some of us may become teachers, engineers, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, artists, farmers, public servants, or professionals in fields we may have not even discovered yet. Whatever path we choose, I hope we never forget what we started. Remember the classrooms that shaped us. Remember the teachers who guided us. Remember our families who supported us. Remember our friends who made the journey meaningful. And remember the younger version of yourself who once dreamed of standing exactly where you are today. Do not let success make you forget kindness. Do not let ambition make you forget gratitude. Do not let challenges convince you that you are incapable. And do not be afraid to begin again. There will be moments in the future when things will not go according to your plan. You may fail an examination. You may be rejected from an opportunity. You may lose a friendship. You may feel behind. You may question your decisions. When those moments come, remember today. Remember that there was once a time when you thought you could not make it this far. And yet, you did. You are stronger than the challenges that brought you here. My dear classmates, today we close one chapter, but we are not closing our dreams. Instead, we are opening the door to possibilities. The world outside may be uncertain, the future may be frightening, but uncertainty does not always mean something bad is coming. Sometimes, uncertainty means there is something beautiful waiting to be discovered. So dream bigger, work for it even when the journey becomes difficult. And when you reach your goals, remember to bring others with you. Success becomes more meaningful when you use it to inspire and help others. As I stand here today, I realize that being valedictorian is not simply about being at the top of a list. It is about responsibility. It reminds me that whatever knowledge and opportunities I receive should not only benefit me, they should also allow me to become someone who can make a difference in the lives of others. And I hope all of us carry the same purpose. Let us become successful, but let us also become compassionate. Let us become intelligent, but let us also become humble. Do not forget to be humble. Let us become professionals, but let us never forget to become good people. Because at the end of our lives, people may forget the grades we received. They may forget the awards hanging on our walls. They may forget our titles, but they will remember how we treated them. They will remember our kindness. They will remember the lives we touched and believe that this is the kind of success worth pursuing. Before I end, I want to say one final thing to my fellow graduates. We started this journey as students. Today, we live as dreamers. We live as young people with hopes, fears, and possibilities ahead of us. We may go in different directions after today. Some of us become strangers again. Some may remain lifelong friends. Some may meet again years from now and laugh about the memories we shared. But wherever life takes us, I hope we can look back at this day with gratitude. Let us remember that once we were young people sitting in the same classrooms, dreaming about the future. And today, that future has finally arrived. To my fellow graduates, do not be afraid of the future. You do not have to know every answer. You only need the courage to take the next step. When you stumble, stand again. When you fail, learn again. When you lose hope, remember why you started. And when you succeed, remain humble. May we go into the world not only with dreams in our minds, but also with kindness in our hearts. May we use that we have learned to help others. May we continue growing, learning, and becoming better versions of ourselves. And may we never forget the people who helped us reach this moment, especially to our mother and father, and all of our families. Today, we say goodbye to a familiar chapter, but this is not the end. It is the beginning of everything we have been preparing for. So let us celebrate, not because the journey was easy, but because we have the courage to finish it. Let us celebrate the tears that became lessons, the failures that became strength, the struggles that became memories, the friendships that became treasures, and the dreams that brought us here. To our parents and families, thank you. To our teachers, thank you. To our school, thank you. To my classmates, thank you. And to God, most especially our Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us strength, guidance, and another reason to believe in ourselves. Class of 2026, we made it. We may not know exactly where life take us next. But wherever we go, let us carry the lessons, memories, and people who helped shape us. Let us walk forward with courage. Let us dream with purpose. Let us live with gratitude. And let us never forget this moment when we stood together and said, "We made it." Congratulations, class of 2026. May this graduation be not the end of our story, but the beautiful beginning of the story we are still meant to write. Thank you, congratulations, and may we all have a bright and meaningful future ahead. Mabuhay, class of 2026, from your class valedictorian, LEA Dagunan. Thank you and congratulations, classmates.